I don't know, Kate. I mean, a lot of men have died, and still doesn't seem like we're any closer to Rome.
Don't be hard on yourself, Joe. Even a brigadier general can't decide everything.
Yeah, but I heard that Eisenhower's developing another front, and I don't want to sit here and rot in Italy while the war finishes without me.
You've done a heck of a job, General. Both Congress and the War Department respect you.
That's such good news, I'm gonna let you call me Joe.
Seriously. I've been telling them about you. A leader with guts, who knows how to get the most out of his troops.
You know I'll do whatever it takes to end this war, Kate.
Sure, I know that. I also know that it won't happen without officers like you.
Well, it's nice to have at least one person who thinks like me.
Don't worry, Joe. Your stock is rising. If everything goes as planned, I'll be seeing you soon in London.
That's the beach where your division will land, Joe. You've got to take it and hold it, whatever the Germans may throw at you.
Believe me, once I'm there, the devil himself couldn't get me out.
Oh, I believe you. But our most optimistic projections promise severe losses. This isn't going to be a tea party, far from it.
We're in the process of making history, Andrew. Doesn't happen without sacrifice.
I'm aware of that. But we're here to free Europe, not build our own glory.
Though one doesn't necessarily preclude the other.
General, you're beginning to sound more and more like Weatherby.
General, the first wave is on the beach.
Damnation! The machine gun nest is massacring us. We have to avoid it. The MG is not our main concern. We must neutralize those two 88 batteries if we want to establish a beachhead.
Report in progress in the sector, sir. Move to destination. Full speed. Clear path for the line infantry.
General, the Krauts are strafing the beach.
General, we have to wipe out those batteries if we want to bring in air cover.
Sir, reporting losses. Yes, sir. Give them everything we got, sir. Unit has been routed. Unit reports heavy fire.
Don't see nobody moving. We got it.
Unit reports a trap. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Squad commander, move out.
We got good that line infantry.
Move unit into position. Reporting. Unit suffered surprise attack. Reporting. Unit flee. Unit under fire. Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Unit reports damage, sir.
Don't see nobody moving to the front.
Move to the indicated position, Commander.
We got him good that time, sir.
Move to destination. Full speed.
Clear path for the line infantry.
New ruse is now available. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Sir, reporting one of our units is down.
Don't see nobody.
Report indicates heavy losses, sir.
General, the first battery has been neutralized.
Excellent. That will keep down our losses.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
Clear path. Don't see nobody moving. We got him good that time, sir.
Unit reports heavy fire. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector. Move to the indicated position, Commander.
March formation. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Unit opening fire on the enemy.
Sir, we've destroyed the second battery.
General Sheridan, congratulations. You've established a perimeter big enough for the engineers to set up a temporary HQ.
Sir, we have a bomber squadron heading for Utah Beach.
Excellent. Let them wipe out whatever's moving.
Bunker destroyed, sir.
That would have cost a lot of lives to take hand to hand.
Sir, the flyboys have to return to England. Weather trouble.
Good work, Joe. Let me give you a quick sit rep while the engineers set up your base. Airborne divisions have dropped on Saint-Côme, here, and Saint-Mary-Église.
They're providing a critical defense line, but they can't hold out forever.
Especially since the 709th is preparing a counterattack.
What do we know about them?
It's an infantry division reinforced with some captured French armor. We must strengthen our defenses. The Jerrys will certainly be counterattacking.
Sir, move to position and deploy structure. Squad commander, go to your new position. Engineers are en route to the building.
Enemy infantry moving against us, sir.
Building deployment completed.
Let's set up some MG nests and give them a proper welcome.
Engineers are en route to the building site. Building deployment completed. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Building deployment completed. Engineers will take care of that.
Covering fire!
Building deployment completed.
Sir, first reports from Omaha Beach indicate heavy casualties. First and second waves are pinned down. The beach is not secured.
Ready to go on a reconnaissance tour. Recruits are trained and operational.
Sir, the Germans are preparing a new attack with armored troops.
You'll need at least one anti-tank position to stop them, Joe.
Engineers will take care of that. Squad commander, go to your new position. Unit under fire.
Don't see nobody moving. Think we got him.
General, we'll need to relieve those airborne chaps. They'll be hard put to hold on. Be careful in the forests. Intelligence indicates infantry and anti-tank positions have been dug in. You should use a recon unit to allow the AT position to fire at its full range.
Move unit into position.
Reveille in the wooded. Yeah, it's ambush time.
You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
Marching formation. Steady.
General, we found an isolated para. There may be others about.
Stay where you are. We'll update your objectives.
Shot right
You
out
have the coordinates. Proceed to position. Move unit into position. Sir, cruising is no longer possible in this sector. Engineers are en route to the building site. Unit production in progress. Blitz support in progress in the sector.
Sir, rendezvous with the 82nd confirmed.
Deploy structure to location. A new route is at our disposal. Building deployment completed.
Put two enemies around. Don't see nobody. Finish them. Think we got him.
You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
I hate him. Could have been the damn light he's have tracked.
Sir, move to position and deploy structure.
APCV shot right at target.
Engineers will take care of that. Enemy engaged. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Now finish him. Enemy in range. Engage.
Building deployment canceled. Sir, reporting one of our units is down.
The 4th Division will be reinforcing us soon, and they're bringing tanks.
Reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. Reporting. Unit fleet. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
Let's go. Move, move, move. Let's tear them apart.
Unit production in progress.
They won't bother you any. Trained
Units are under fire.
Don't see nobody moving. Machine guns and guns.
Squad commander, move out.
Enemy is trapped. Now finish them.
Engineers are en route to the building
Enemy is
site.
trapped. Now finish them.
New ruse is now available.
Enemy in range. Engage.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
APCP shot right at target. Enemy vehicle destroyed. APCP shot right at target. Put them. Fire it, Bill. Enemy don't see nobody.
Sir, we have a report from the recon troops.
Let me see it. Damn. Joe, we have a problem. There's a heavy artillery battery near the Breakhorn Manor. We'll have to reduce it to pieces. Don't give them time to fire on your headquarters.
General, the engineers have cleared the beaches of the anti-tank obstacles.
Finally, we can set up a tank base.
Unit reports heavy fire. Building truck destroyed on its way, sir. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir.
Sir, the third wave at Omaha has secured the beach. Friendlies are moving inland to link up with us at Carrington.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
Everything we got, sir. Medium tank ready.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination. Reports confirmed. Target destroyed.
Sir, the 101st say they're low on ammunition.
If we don't get there fast, they'll be done for.
Fire! Light armor reporting. Take that.
Receiving report. Unit engaging hostile.
There's an anti-tank position in the forest. We have to get rid of it to move the armor ahead.
Machine gun set and providing fire. Don't see nobody. Think we got him.
Supply depot levels are low.
Lock and load. Open fire. Lock and load.
Move to destination.
Fire.
Full speed.
Adjust the range and keep them down. Lucky we got
Field
him.
defenses have been destroyed. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
Fire it, Bill. Adjust the range and keep them down. Think we got him.
Squad commander, go to your new position.
We got him good that time, sir.
That's good news. We can finally hear ourselves speak.
So, what's Jerry up to now?
The 709th is pressing us in the north with a tank detachment in support.
In the south?
The 91st Luftlander Division will probably attack via Carrington.
What? Why haven't we taken Carrington yet?
The 29th Division face heavy resistance. They're just leaving Omaha Beach.
What the hell were they doing? Who was commanding?
Sir, blitzing
Your
is no
old
longer
friend,
possible in this sector.
Weatherby.
Sir, we've made contact with the 101st.
Christ's sakes, why did I even ask?
Not a moment too soon. The Paras were in trouble. But with food, rest, and ammunition, they'll be ready in no time. We have to hold at all costs until he arrives.
There it is, boys. Get ready and dig in deep. We can't let them reach the beaches.
If needed, sir, we could replace our old Lee tanks with those new Shermans.
Move unit into position.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him.
There are supply depots nearby. We should take advantage of the Wehrmacht's generosity.
Engineers are en route to the building site.
General, the missing paratroopers have been rescued.
Olive oil left in this depot. Engineers are en route to the building site. Engineers are en route to the building site. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
Let's get this show on the road, sir.
Research is complete. To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Depot is low on
Enemy is
supply.
trapped. Now finish him.
Head to the new position, man. Head to the new position, man.
We got him good that time, sir.
Move unit into position.
We got him good that time, sir.
Building deployment completed. Engineers are en route to the building site. Building deployment completed. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
We got him good that time, sir.
Building deployment completed. Building deployment completed. Move to destination. Full speed.
Move out, folks. We got the road ahead.
Rooks are training. They'll be ready soon. I think we're lacking the resources for that, sir.
Medium tank ready. Medium tank ready. Machine gun set and provide
Unit under fire. New ruse is now available. Receiving report. New unit ready for duty. Unit under fire.
I think we got him. My men are sitting ducks. We need to fall back.
Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
I think we got him.
Unit has been routed.
Light infantry report.
Squad commander, move out.
We got him good that time, sir.
Enemies deploying from Carentan. Where in God's name is Weatherby?
This is Hannibal. We are advancing from Omaha Beach towards Carentan. I require further support to seize the city. I must have more troops and a naval bombardment. Over.
Move to the indicated position, commander.
Acknowledge. Full throttle ahead. Let's get this show on the road.
General, Panzer's approaching from the north.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
The ambush worked.
Move unit into position.
Shrubbery in the morning. Yeah, it's ambush time.
We've almost emptied that depot, sir. Reporting. Supply depot out. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new ruse. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Move to the indicated position, Commander.
Let's
The
get
enemy
this
is
show
ready
on
for
the
supply
road.
line.
CPCP shows we got go ahead. Enemy in range. Engage.
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir.
German bombardments. Don't let them destroy our positions.
We've taken a
Yes, sir. To all units. Radio silence now imposed.
reload. Quicker.
Unit reports damage, sir. Enemy engaged. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
Fire. Reload. Quicker. Is that tank gun operation, sir? Fire. Reload. Quicker. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Machine gun set and provide fire. Sir. Fire. Support weapon.
moment of field defense.
Finally, the Greyhound armored recon units have arrived. They'll take care of that damned artillery.
Unit reports contact with hostiles.
5 degrees up. Fire!
Unit reports damage, sir.
Give them hell.
Enemy artillery is pounding us from the beach, sir.
Reporting field defense down, sir. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Sir, move to position and deploy structure. Field defenses are down, sir. Building in progress, sir. Unit reports damage, sir. Building deployment canceled.
Engaging the enemy, sir.
Hostiles coming from the west, sir. They've got captured French S-35 light tanks in support.
Engaging the enemy, sir.
Receiving report. Unit engaging hostiles. Reporting.
German assault from Valognes, supported by some heavy tanks that I don't recognize.
Supply depot complete.
B-1Bs, salvage from the 1940 French Army. It may be outdated, but it's a hell of a nut to crack. The Jerrys are counterattacking. I have movement all around our perimeter.
Unit reports heavy fire. Sir, a new troops is available. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. You have reporting enemy losses. Enemy engaged. Enemy planes are interrupting supply lines. Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
Engaging the enemy, sir.
Unit reports heavy fire.
Don't see nobody move to the front. We got APC base shot right at target.
Receiving report. Unit engaging hostiles. Unit reports heavy fire. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector.
Fall back. APC base shot right at target. APC base shot right
All
at
units
target.
in sector. You now have blitz capacity.
5 degrees up. Fire!
Order canceled.
Engines idling. Completed. 5 degrees up.
Reporting. Supply depot nearly out. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
Fire at will. 5 degrees up. Fire! There's just a ray. Let's give them hell.
Proceed to position.
Ambush machine gun set. Improvise fire. Engaging the enemy, sir. Don't see nobody moving. Think we got it.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Enemy in 5 degrees up. Fire!
Supply trucks are being destroyed by the enemy.
Shot right at target. On his way. Enemy vehicle in road. Enemy in
Unit opening fire on the enemy.
on his way.
Unit reports heavy fire.
Engage. We got him good that time, sir.
Sir, radio silence is no longer being observed. Receiving report. Radio silence is off.
Enemy, sir. There's no Hit and run.
Unit reports damage, sir.
TV shot right at target. Enemy vehicle destroyed. On his way. Target, who are? Let's get out. Let's hit and run.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
We got him good that time, sir.
Sir, blitzing is no longer in the sector.
Sir.
Unit reports damage, sir.
Engaging the enemy, sir. Engaging the enemy,
Squad
sir.
commander, move out.
Reverie in the morning. Yeah, it's ammo time. Destroyed.
incoming supply line. Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Unit reports heavy fire. Unit is giving up its position. Unit opening fire on the enemy. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Unit is giving up its position. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Under fire. Unit has been routed. Report indicates heavy bombs, sir. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Not even a drop of oil left in this depot. Has started, sir. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. All units in sector. You now have lift capacity. Field defenses have been destroyed. Reporting enemy unit down, sir. This is HQ. Unit production requested. Reporting field defense down, sir. Commander, go to your new position. Reports confirmed. Dummy unit destroyed. Engineers are... Unit is breaking up, sir. Unit reports engagement in progress. Unit is breaking up, sir. Lift capacity has been exhausted, sir. Unit under fire. Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Sir, reporting enemy dummy has been destroyed. Unit opening fire on the enemy. Head to the new position, man. Unit reports heavy fire. Move unit into position. Receiving report. Unit engaging hostile. Reporting enemy dummies down, sir. Reports heavy fire.
Hold tight, Joe. The Navy will soon be giving us some serious fire support.
Supply depot depleted. Receiving report. Enemy dummy unit destroyed. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination. Building deployment completed. You have the coordinates. Proceed to reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Reporting confirmed. Dummy unit destroyed. Sir, a new position is available. Move to position and deploy structure. Launch some facilities to the enemy. All units in sector. You now have lift capacity. Recruitment has started, sir. Building deployment completed. Unit reports heavy fire. Unit opening fire on the enemy. Engineers are on the building site. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Receiving report. Unit engaging hostiles. Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Unit reports heavy fire. Unit is giving up its position. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
Naval artillery is covering us. It's going to get noisy.
This is HQ. Unit production requested. Unit reports heavy fire. capacity has been exhausted, sir.
The Navy's giving us another helping hand. By Jove! They're finally pulling back.
Sir, reporting one of our units is down.
Kate, at last. You here to enjoy the show?
The War Department wanted me close to the action. Can't get closer than this unless I grab boots and a rifle.
Wouldn't go with the skirt. What do they say so far?
Joe, you've been brilliant. Talk of the town in D.C., apparently.
Miss Garner, I must tell you that I object, formally, to being here.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but you're not the commanding officer here, are you?
It's okay, Campbell. Whatever happened to that famous British sense of hospitality, huh?
She's a distraction.
Sure. A distraction that helped guarantee that Joe here would be in charge of the operation?
And let's not forget, if it wasn't for her, we'd be collecting dust in Italy.
Right. Fine. Well, let's get back to the briefing session then, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
As I was explaining before your interruption, General Weatherby is under pressure at Carentan. The Jerrys have brought in their own paras.
What about the reports that the Germans are getting mechanized units as reinforcements?
Very unlikely. General Weatherby, under duress,
Tends to overstate the danger he's in.
And that's the only reason you refuse his requests for support?
not at all. In fact, young lady, in order for mechanized troops to arrive now, they would have had to receive orders before we were sighted. Before the landing.
Sir, we have enemy vehicles approaching Chef Dupont.
Now that we have an airstrip, we can send a recon plane. Your orders, General? Air recon has a major advantage over ground recon. Its line of sight isn't hampered by obstacles.
Indicated position, Commander.
Mobile artillery! They'll wipe out the town!
Joe, you need to get some fighter bombers up there ASAP to intercept them.
Move unit into position. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity ready to engage. Reporting enemy losses. Unit is outbound, heading back to base. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Sir, intelligence have identified an enemy base.
There is something very wrong here.
Enemy fighters incoming.
You need to send our fighters up.
I'm so glad you put us at ease about the enemy reinforcements, Campbell.
Go to your new position. Open fire on designated target.
Enemy on my 12, engaging from above.
Target acquired. Receiving reports. Our units are under fire. Unit is outbound, heading back to base. Plane is low on fuel, returning to base.
Your objective is to take Valognes. It's the last stop before Cherbourg.
What am I up against?
The survivors of the 919th. They pulled together grenadiers, anti-tank reinforcements, and anti-aircraft units into a Kampfgruppe to hold the city outskirts.
What's the situation inland?
The same setup as around Valognes, but of lesser strength.
And here, along the coast,
Another Kampfgruppe, primarily armor.
enemy air support.
According to our sources, none.
I wouldn't be so sure. The Krauts have hidden their planes on small airstrips and fields.
Where they have been hammered by our bombers for weeks. The Resistance has confirmed that.
Right. Like when they confirmed the absence of the 17th SS, Campbell?
Listen, you little...
Why? You have nothing to say. General, it's your decision. But be aware that the enemy may have more than you think.
Our main objective is to take out the German base.
My reports show that the enemy still has a fair number of tanks. I'd say we'll need air support to counter that.
Engineers will take care of that.
We are finding them. Must be hell out there.
The key to controlling the skies is to use each plane for what it does best.
Squad commander, go to your new position.
Sheridan, you could rely on fighter bombers a bit more to neutralize enemy tanks.
Building deployment completed. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Guardian needs some accuracy.
All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Move unit into position. Building deployment completed.
Diving brakes engaged.
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed.
Jerry has a number of AA batteries. We'll have to destroy them if we want any sort of air presence.
Heading back to base.
Back to the shop.
Diving brakes engaged. Dropping
Report
air.
confirmed. Target destroyed. Unit reports damage,
Got a
sir.
good sign.
You have the coordinates. Proceed to position. Unit under fire. Enemy engaged. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Head to the new position, man.
Going on later, Egger. Turning the base.
All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment.
Like a one smell it.
Squad commander, target unit and following coordinates.
Gonna get it in the neck.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
Enemy on the
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Unit production in progress.
Ultimate count one.
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Unit reports damage, sir. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Sir, fighter bombers incoming.
Stukas. Amazing for an army that had no more planes, eh, Campbell?
Listen here. Our intelligence services were categorically clear on this one.
They're an easy scapegoat. Some intel officer you are, supporting the invasion of Europe with outdated and inaccurate reports.
You see that bastard explode?
Move to the indicated position, commander.
Scout the perimeter.
Squad commander, move out. You have your target. Destroy it. Over. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Commander, destroy target.
Diving brakes engaged.
Unit under fire. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Don't see nobody moving.
A new route is at our disposal. Move unit into position.
We got him good that time, sir.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Move unit into position.
Sure. Real walk in the park.
Unit reports engagement in progress. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Head to the new position, man.
The Germans have placed a recon aircraft over the area, sir.
Bad news, huh? Our troops can't hide as long as that's up there.
Unit reports heavy fire. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base.
Airmail.
Unit under fire.
Enemy on the two. Maneuver on fire. Hell.
Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Diving brake engaged.
This
Dropping
is
airmail.
HQ.
We have to destroy Jerry's heavy fortification. Remember Italy, Sheridan. Enough bombers against the Siegfried bunker will wipe it off the map.
Plane is low on fuel and returning to base.
Target acquired.
Excellent, General. Pilots send their thanks.
Critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base.
Take black smoke from the tail. Set a good sign. Good as that time. R.U.S.E. hell. Fire at will.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Head to the new position, man. Unit under fire. Position, Commander. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping
Unit
airmail.
reports damage, sir. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Squad commander, move out. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector. Move to the indicated position, commander.
We got as good as that time, sir.
Unit opening fire on the enemy.
No more American pie.
Plane reports heading back to base. for
Excellent.
replenishment.
The road is open to take Boulogne.
Reports heavy fire.
We have a German ground attack incoming, General.
He's going down in flames. On the road.
Move unit into position.
Move out, Rose. You got the road ahead. Scout the perimeter.
Look, the Germans have secondary HQs. If we take them, we can build up, starting from those positions.
Indicated position, commander. Unit under fire.
Fire sitting to the fort with me.
We have been given a new route.
The Germans have some armored recon, sir.
Careful of those, Sheridan. They're no match for a tank, but very dangerous for infantry, even in a forest.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
Winchester, back to base.
You have the target. Destroy it. Over.
Dog is quiet.
Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Squad commander, go to your new position.
You got work for the scout, sir. Five degrees on. Fire!
Squad commander, move out. Enemy engaged.
Diving brake engaged.
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Move to destination. Full speed.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
Winchester, back to base.
Move to the indicated position, commander. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Now finish him.
Move to destination. Full speed.
Securing the building, sir. Let's hit and run.
Head to the new position, man. You have your target.
Sir, engineers report that they can now set up secondary HQs wherever you want them.
They're like regular HQs for gathering supplies or constructing buildings, but they're much less resistant.
Enemy on the
Unit
field.
reports damage, sir. Commander, you have your orders.
Joe, we could get troops close to their HQ without being seen by moving them through the swamps.
From above.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Open fire
Diving
on
brake
designated
engaged.
target.
Dropping airmail.
Reports confirmed. Dummy unit destroyed. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. Engineers will take care of that. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir.
Target, move on. Let's get ammo.
Head to the new position, man.
Diving brake engaged.
Building
Dropping
deployment
airmail.
completed.
Winchester,
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo.
Diving
Returning to
brake
base.
engaged. Dropping airmail.
Winchester, back to base. We're going home.
Move to destination. Full speed.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
No more candies under my wings. Back to the shop. top.
Squad commander, go to your new position. Building deployment completed. Our spy has left the sector, sir. Open fire on designated target.
Captain the navigator, initiate the raid.
Diving
A
break
new route is
engaged.
at our disposal.
Dropping airmail.
Winchester, back to base. Target destroyed.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Move to the indicated position, Commander.
No more American.
All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Squad commander, go to your new position. Depot is low on supplies. Move to destination. Full speed.
Let's go. 5 degrees on.
Unit is giving up its position.
Diving break engaged. Dropping airmail.
Unit production in progress.
Fire at will.
Reporting enemy losses. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Diving break engaged. Dropping airmail.
Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
We got him good that time, sir.
Target acquired.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed.
Fire!
Flight to the target. Enemy on my 12. Engaging from above.
Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Unit into position. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Receiving report. Enemy's dummy base has been destroyed. Head to the new position, man. Move to destination. Full speed.
I'm closing for a flyback. Launching wing.
Your progress is amazing, General. Keep moving like that.
Firemen are still inducted.
Sir, reporting losses. Move unit into position.
We got him good that time, sir. Target on my 9.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed.
Break engaged. Dropping airmail.
Back to base. Target destroyed.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Lining the clear one.
You have the coordinates. Unit under fire.
Trained and operating. Engine is line on.
Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Recruitment has started, sir. Move to the indicated position, Commander.
General, the Germans are launching an offensive along the coast.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. Unit reports damage, sir. We have been given a new route.
Diving break engaged. Dropping
Unit
airmail.
reports heavy fire. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination. Not even a drop of oil left in this depot. Engineers will take care of that.
Sir, the Krauts have brought tank destroyers up to the line.
Damnation. Don't let them make contact with your armor, Joe.
Building deployment completed. Unit under fire, sir. Reporting losses. Open fire on designated target.
Diving break engaged. Dropping
Sir,
airmail.
reporting one of our units is down. Unit reports contact with hostiles. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Diving break engaged.
Recruitment has started, sir. Reporting in base heading losses, sir. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire, sir. Reporting losses. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Unit production in progress. Receiving report, our unit has been destroyed. Unit reports contact with hostiles.
Platoon combat ready.
Unit into position. Open fire on designated target.
Captain Navigator report. Ready to run. We fight.
Move unit into position.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
Winchester, back to base.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
Move out.
Winchester, back to base.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. A new route is at our disposal.
Diving brake engaged.
Unit is
Dropping
critically
airmail.
low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Enemy engaged. Move unit into position. Commander, you destroyed target. Commander, you have your orders. Destroy
Diving
target.
brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
No more candies under my wing. Back to the shop.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
No more candies under my wing. Back to the shop. I'm making an attack run.
Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
Position overwhelmed.
Diving brake engaged.
Reports
Dropping airmail.
confirmed. Target destroyed.
Back to base. I'll see you in hell.
All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Move to the indicated position, Commander. They're retreating, sir. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Unit under fire. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
Position overwhelmed. Evacuate the
Diving brake engaged.
Sir,
Dropping
reporting
airmail.
losses. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Recruitment has started, sir.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping
Unit has
airmail.
been routed.
No more candies under my wing. Back to the shop. Light infantry report.
Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Enemy on the cloud.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new
Back to the shop.
all ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Spies now activated, sir. Squad commander, target unit and following coordinates.
Gotta get it in the neck.
Squad commander, go to your new position.
We're on the move. Let's go.
Squad commander, move out.
The enemy is
Target
trapped.
acquired.
Finish them.
Go.
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Target acquired.
Engage enemy. I
Go.
repeat, engage enemy.
Enemy on the cloud. I'm making an attack from above.
Move to destination. Full speed.
You're in the building, sir.
Unit reports heavy fire. Reports confirmed. Target destroyed.
Back to base. Get
Sir, reporting one of our units is down.
Acquired.
Receiving report, friendly structure destroyed. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Unit reports damage, sir. Reporting. Unit receiving report, our unit has been destroyed. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
train and operate.
Move to destination. Full speed.
Let's go.
Unit under fire. Sir, our unit has been wiped
Target
out.
acquired.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Unit reports heavy fire. Unit is breaking up, sir. Depot is low on supplies. Squad commander, go to your new position.
The enemy is trapped. Now fix
Sir,
that.
our unit has been wiped out. A new route is at our disposal.
You're in the building, sir.
Receiving report. Our units are under
Diving
fire.
brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
Winchester, back to base. Let's move. If we're lucky, let your eye.
Unit reports heavy fire.
Diving brake engaged.
Reports
Dropping airmail.
confirmed. Target destroyed. Sir, reporting one of our units is down.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
No more candies under my wing. Back to the shop.
Go to your new position. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment.
Let's move.
Unit into position.
Adjust your aim and give them hell.
Sir, move to position. Building deployment completed.
APCV shot right at target.
Target acquired.
Enemy
No.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Commander, destroy target.
Gonna get it in the neck.
Squad commander, go to your new position.
You're in the building.
Diving brake engaged.
Reports
Dropping air mail.
confirmed. Target destroyed.
Candy's under my wing. Back to the shop. You're in the building, sir.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping air mail.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity.
Position overwhelmed. Evacuate my men.
Reporting. Building truck destroyed. Sir, reporting losses. Unit reports heavy fire. They're retreating, sir. Yes, sir. Deploy structure to location. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Building deployment completed.
5 degrees on. Fire! Hot! Support weapons to the front.
Yes, sir.
Fire
Orders unit to destination.
You're in the building, sir. Position overwhelmed. Evacuate.
Sir, reporting losses. You have your target. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed.
Enemy on the 12.
Unit opening fire on the enemy.
Quality fire. One. No more ammo.
Plane is low on fuel and returning to base.
Congratulations, General. Valogna has been liberated.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Under my wing. Back to the shop.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping air mail.
No more candies under my wing.
Our final objective is within reach, at last.
Yes, Cherbourg, and its deep water port.
The 9th Division, here, will engage and hold down their 243rd. The 5th and 6th Corps will form a defensive line here to cover our rear.
Okay, good.
What's left are the 709th and other minor units that are dug in around Cherbourg. But I would like to repeat that this attack seems impetuous. We do have reports of a strong concentration of German armor around Cherbourg.
General Sheridan agrees with me. We should strike before they have time to prepare. And by the way, where did these tanks suddenly appear from? More of your infallible reports, Campbell.
Well, we don't have their marching orders, but our intelligence services are sure.
Stop it, you two. What about the Luftwaffe? For real this time.
We have a temporary airstrip here. It appears that they have salvaged a few planes and they'll be desperate to keep us out of the air.
Ready to go down in the history books, Joe?
You don't say.
General, we have the full commitment of High Command for whatever we need. Infantry, tanks, mobile artillery, planes, anything.
We have a battalion of self-propelled artillery to help clean out the bunkers, General. Mechanized artillery can fire from a distance with devastating effect, but it's no threat to armored units.
Medium tank ready.
New R.U.S.E is now available. Receiving report. A new enemy base has been discovered. Unit production in progress. To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity.
We'll find them. Must be out of there.
Recruitment has started, sir.
Adjust your aim and give them hell.
Hiding our troops will keep them from being targeted by enemy artillery.
A new enemy supply line has been reported, sir. Building deployment completed.
Crews on station, bomb secured.
Research has been completed.
We're ready for a bomb run.
Recruitment has started, sir.
We are the eyes of
Move to the indicated position,
ready
Commander.
for a bomb run.
coordinates. Proceed to position. Sir, intelligence have identified an enemy base. Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy. Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new route. Sir, reporting losses. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo.
General, intel confirms that we have complete control of the skies.
Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Spies now activated, sir. Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
Diving brake engaged.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Unit under fire. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. This is HQ. New unit production requested. Head to the new position, man. Open fire on designated target.
General, might I suggest sending decoy tanks to draw off part of that force?
Squad commander, move out. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the center. Reporting. Unit flee.
Sir, we may now commandeer heavy infantry if needed.
Those Rangers are a very tough bunch if only half of them is true.
Target in play.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. All ammo spent.
Very nice. The Jerrys won't hesitate to take the bait.
Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
We are the eyes of the army.
Move to the indicated position, Commander. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination. Unit reports heavy fire. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector. Recruitment has started, sir. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir.
We are the eyes of the army. Eyes and ears ready for takeoff.
Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Gonna get it in the neck.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. The enemy just finished new military research, sir. Spies now activated, sir. Squad commander, target unit and following coordinates.
Approaching combat just on flight to the target.
You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
Right.
Receiving report. Our unit under fire. Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
Take black smoke.
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Captain and navigator in
Recruitment has started, sir. Unit opening fire on the enemy. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Commander, you have your orders. Destroy target.
approaching combat speed.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping
Receiving
airmail.
report. Enemy unit destroyed.
Back to base.
Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Approaching combat speed.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been
On
destroyed.
my way. Back to the shop.
This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Engines running. What are your orders?
Sir, a new R.U.S.E is available. Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. Squad commander, go to your new position.
Acknowledge. We'll check the perimeter.
Open fire on designated target.
Approaching combat speed.
You have your target.
Diving
Destroyed.
brake engaged.
Reporting enemy losses.
No more cannons under my wing. Must be
Diving
Reporting.
brake
Unit under
engaged.
sustained
Dropping
fire.
airmail.
No more cannons under
Unit is
my
breaking
wing.
up, sir. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Can't take any more. Timer 180.
Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Unit reports engagement in progress. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Report indicates heavy losses, sir.
Adjust the aim and give them hell.
This is HQ. New unit production requested. Our spy has left the sector, sir.
My baby and me, we're gonna chalk up some kills.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping
Reporting
airmail.
enemy losses.
Sir, German heavy infantry is moving against us.
Receiving report. One planned R.U.S.E no longer operational.
Scouting the perimeter.
Squad commander, move out.
Let's get this show on the road.
General, try to keep your tanks out of the forests. They're easy targets for the infantry there.
Keep it up, boys. Don't slow
New
down.
R.U.S.E is now available. Unit production in progress. Split support in progress in the sector, sir. Move to the indicated position, commander.
On the roll, run it. You'll take the ball. I'm ready to fly. On the roll.
Unit opening fire on the enemy.
Keep it up, boys.
Diving
Don't
brake
slow down.
engaged. Dropping airmail.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
5 degrees on.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping
Moving
airmail.
current. Target destroyed. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
No more candies under my wings. Back to the shop. Adjust your aim and give them hell.
Unit has been routed.
Get it, man.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Can't take any more.
Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed.
We're on the move. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
Diving brake
Sir,
engaged.
reporting enemy
Dropping
unit has been
airmail.
destroyed.
Winchester, back to base.
Unit reports engagement in progress. Unit reports heavy fire.
Target acquired.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Unit reports contact with hostiles. Unit reports damage, sir. New R.U.S.E is now available.
Bring us back.
Split support in progress in the sector, sir. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Squad commander, move out.
They're carrying us up. Retreat.
We are short of supplies. Production canceled as ordered. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Yes, sir. Deploy structure to location.
Target acquired.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
No more candies under my
Target
wings.
acquired.
Back to the shop.
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. Move to the indicated position,
We're
commander.
ready to go on a reconnaissance tour. On the roll.
Head to the new position.
Must be hell out there.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
We can't take any more.
You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Target acquired.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
What's the objective? Just point the way. Need some firepower, sir?
Building deployment completed.
Heavy infantry reporting.
Unit reports contact with hostiles.
Heavy infantry reporting.
Target acquired.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Move to the indicated position, Commander. Sir, a new R.U.S.E is available. Unit reports damage, sir.
Diving ready to engage.
Going confirmed. Target destroyed.
Winchester, back to base.
Diving ready to engage. Dropping airmail.
Destroy target.
Navigator,
You have the
adjust our
coordinates.
flight to the
Proceed to position. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Squad commander, go to your new position. Reporting. Supply depot nearly out. Squad commander, open fire on target. Yes, sir.
What's the
Order
objective?
unit to
Just
destiny.
point the way. The enemy is
Diving ready to engage. Dropping
Reporting
airmail.
enemy losses. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Sir, reporting one of our units is down.
The enemy is trapped. No,
The enemy seems to be running out of supplies, sir. It won't be long now.
Engage. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
Moses later, eh? Covering fire. Heavy infantry reporting.
Reporting enemy losses.
Sir,
Target acquired.
what's the objective?
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base.
Aim and give them hell.
Squad commander, move out.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him.
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
You got work for the scouts, sir?
You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Navigator, adjust our flight to the target.
Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way.
Get it in the neck.
Move to the indicated position, Commander.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him. Let's tear him apart.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
Diving ready to
Unit
engage.
under fire.
Dropping airmail.
No more candies under my wing. Back to the shop.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Unit reports enemy neutralized. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Engineers will take care of that. Our spy has left the sector, sir. Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates.
Navigator, adjust our flight to the target.
Squad commander, go to your new position.
Hit him where the enemy is trapped. Now finish him. Covering fire. Do you anymore?
Engineers are en route to the building site. A new R.U.S.E is at our disposal. Recruitment has started, sir.
Engines running. The enemy is trapped. Now finish him.
Unit reports contact with hostiles.
No more American flight. We got some road ahead.
Building deployment completed.
Moses later, eh?
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
General,
Sir?
Recon is reporting Tiger tanks.
Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
Let's tear
Unit
them
reports
apart.
enemy neutralized. Unit opening fire on the enemy.
We're getting the hell out of here.
Diving
You
break
have the coordinates.
engaged.
Proceed
Dropping
to
air
position.
Step back.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Unit production in progress. Open fire on designated target.
Captain Navigator, initiate the raid.
Building deployment canceled. Reporting. Supply depot's cupboards are bare.
Target acquired. Here she goes.
All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector. Sir, a new R.U.S.E is available. Move unit into position. Not even a drop of oil left in this depot. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
You're ready to go on a return.
Squad commander, move out.
We're on the move. Let's go.
Recruitment has started, sir. Small units in sector. You now have R.U.S.E capacity.
Ready for duty, sir.
Squad commander, move out.
We don't win here.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
We're on the move. Let's go. 5 degrees on. Fire.
You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Nothing to play.
Diving break engaged. Dropping
Reporting
air
enemy losses. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Need the firepower,
Position
sir.
and deploy structure. Unit reports engagement in progress.
Deploy the plan.
Go to your new position. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. A new R.U.S.E is at our disposal. Small units in sector. You now have R.U.S.E capacity.
Target.
Sir, move to position and deploy structure.
Diving break engaged. Dropping airmail.
Windmaster, back to base. Target destroyed.
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
All right, we're on the move. Let's go.
Building deployment completed.
On your move.
Diving
Unit
break
reports heavy
engaged.
fire.
Dropping airmail.
Squad commander, go to your
Back
new
to
position.
base. On your move.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Move to the indicated position, Commander. R.U.S.E capacity has been exhausted, sir.
On your move.
Building in progress, sir. Unit opening fire on the enemy.
Fire, get out of here.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination. Building deployment complete. Unit reports heavy fire. Unit is breaking up, sir.
Fire.
Diving break engaged. Dropping airmail.
Enemy unit has been destroyed. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Get this show on the road. We're on the move. Let's go.
Move to destination. Full speed.
Acknowledge. Full throttle ahead.
Squad commander, go to your new position.
Let's get this show on the road. Keep it up, boys. On round now.
Sir, a new R.U.S.E is available. Building in progress, sir.
Just your aim and do that.
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. R.U.S.E support in progress in the sector, sir. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector.
My command, play.
progress, sir. Move unit into position.
Let's get this show on the road. 5 degrees on.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Unit reports engagement in progress. All ammo spent. Plan to return to replenishment.
No more candies under my way. Back to the shop. Move out, folks. We got the 5 degrees on.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Building in progress, sir.
There's no bother us anymore. 5 degrees on. Fire!
Unit production in progress. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
You're ready to go on the reconnaissance. Take that. Can't take any more. Turn around, idiot.
Engineers are en route to the building site. Unit reports heavy fire.
Have a present from Uncle Sam.
All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Report indicates heavy losses, sir.
All right, Will. Have a present from Uncle Sam. The guns clearing out.
Target acquired.
Unit under fire. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Building deployment complete. Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
Target break engaged. Dropping the airmail.
No more candies under my way. Back to the shop.
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Squad commander, open fire on target.
Here's my lesson they won't forget. 5 degrees on. Fire!
Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Yep, the navigator.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
Let's get this show on the road. Keep it up so they don't slow down now.
Squad commander, go to position. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
Medium tank ready. All right, Will.
Building deployment completed.
Target break
Reporting enemy losses.
Plane
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Move unit into position. A new ruse is at our disposal.
Adjust our flight to the target.
Move to destination. Full speed.
Let's get this show on the road. Engaging.
Reporting. Supply depot's cupboards are bare. Building deployment completed.
Engage.
Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. Move unit into position. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Building deployment completed.
APCV shot right at target.
Unit reports damage, sir. Field defenses have been destroyed. All ammo spent.
Sir, their mobile anti-aircraft units are destroyed.
Yes, sir. Deploy structure to location.
Target acquired.
Reporting enemy losses. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Depot is low on supply.
Candy's under my way. Back to the shop.
Unit reports damage, sir.
I'm coming home.
Move to the indicated position, Commander.
Taylor Road. Coordinates 521-3114. Adjust your aim and shoot them down.
Unit reports heavy fire. Recruitment has started, sir.
5 degrees on.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
Adjust our flight to the target. What are the firing coordinates? Keep it up so they don't slow down now.
Sir, HQ has provided us with new route. Unit reports enemy neutralized.
What are the firing coordinates?
To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Head to the new position, man. Receiving report. Unit engaging hostiles. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Target acquired.
Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Building in progress, sir. Recruitment has started, sir. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base.
Target acquired.
Reporting enemy losses. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
No more cannons under my wing. Back to the shop.
Building deployment completed. Move to destination. Okay.
Enemy vehicle in road. Keep it up, boys. Don't slow down now.
Squad commander, target unit and following coordinates.
Target break right there. Dropping airmail.
Reporting enemy losses.
Cannons under my wing. Back to the shop.
Yes, sir. Starting unit production. This is HQ. Unit production requested. Unit reports engagement in progress. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Unit into position.
Cherbourg is ours, sir.
Joe, you've done it. The Germans are surrendering.
With its deep-sea harbor, we can bring in the men and material we need to liberate France.
Cherbourg's ours, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to celebrate.
Celebrate? Have you seen those casualty figures I sent you?
Andrew, don't be such a party pooper. We won.
I agree, Joe. It is time to celebrate. Thanks to you, we have a deep-sea harbor in France.
And they're gonna have a hell of a time getting us out, too, huh?
Perhaps. We're behind schedule. The casualty figures are higher than expected, and the Germans are digging in behind every hedgerow. This campaign is far from over.
Campbell, let it go. Have a drink. This Calvados stuff is great. And relax, for crying out loud.
You are aware that there's more to war than promotion and medals.
Back off, Andrew. Every one of those deaths means something to me. But right now, I'm paying attention to the living. Us.
Well, I shall leave you to your debauchery. I don't forget the fallen as easily as you do.
Oh, hell. Andrew!
Forget him, Joe. He's a relic of a dying empire from a world that no longer exists. The future belongs to the Americans and the Russians.
And the night belongs to us. We can worry about the world tomorrow. I told him, of course, Senator. Listen, everybody wants this war.
Oh, yes, quite. General Browning.
At ease, gentlemen. You're here to be briefed on Marshal Montgomery's plan for the Holland offensive. We'll be dropping 3 airborne divisions behind enemy lines, from Eindhoven to Arnhem. Each one is tasked with seizing and holding a bridge in its area for the British 30th Corps, who will roll from here to the Rhine in a few days.
I think Montgomery's plan is simply brilliant, audacious, well conceived.
Your 101st Division, General Sheridan, will have to seize the first bridges around Eindhoven. General Gavin's 82nd will be dropped on Nijmegen, and the main objective of this mission,
Sir,
will be for your Red Devils, General Urquhart, the bridge at Arnhem.
my pleasure, sir. But, sir, what about me?
Ah, General Weatherby, your 17th Airborne Division will be kept as reserve in England.
Sir, Intel reports say that Holland is defended by third-rate outfits, those too young or too old for active service. Of course, Dutch resistance reports contradict this, and they say that...
Thank you, Colonel. We all know the accuracy of the reports from the resistance networks. Well, gentlemen, you've all received copies of the plan to study with your staff. You've got work to do. I suggest you get to it.
Market Garden, where the hell did he come up with these names anyway?
Well, if we can't understand it, a spy certainly can't.
You got a real obsession for that, huh, Campbell?
Well, there is a spy out there. Have you forgotten Tunisia? Or Monte Cassino? Even Normandy, when the 17th SS just showed up purely by coincidence?
Nobody blames you for that, Colonel.
I don't care what a few idle gossipers say about me.
Then what's the problem?
This operation! Straight north on a single road with 4 bridges. Supposing some clever Jerry like, von Richter decides to reinforce or even destroy a single one of them.
According to our reports, it's our best troops against a bunch of demoralized third-rate stragglers.
Ha! I've heard that song before.
Campbell, putting doubts in the mind of the commanding officer on the eve of the operation is not helpful. Do you expect him to peer behind every bush and go at half speed?
Excuse me.
Your behavior is unacceptable.
Andrew! You're not being helpful.
Enough. Since I cannot offer the same incentives as Miss Garner, I will apply for a transfer to General Horrocks' staff. General Sheridan, Miss Garner, I wish you well.
Forget it, Joe. It was bound to happen. You've outgrown him. Colonel, at his age, with his experience, pathetic. Operation Market Garden has started, Joe.
Did they give... Sir, if we send a recon plane, we can figure out how many units they have hidden in the town.